Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Comerica Bank landing on a list for possible downgrades, but its stocks are showing more positive signs. Good afternoon, and thanks so much for joining me. I'm Christy McDonald. Comerica Bank is among 5 other U.S. banks on a watch for possible downgrades. Moody's Investors Service is now watching Comerica, as well as First Republic Bank, Zions, Western Alliance, UMB Financial, and Intrust Financial. This comes after shares of regional banks tumbled on Monday. Let's get to our financial expert, Rod Maloney. He joins us live to fill us in on the market right now and explain what this all means for us, Rod.
Well, Christy, for people who are deeply concerned about Comerica, its stock is coming back today. It was down a lot yesterday, like $16, down over the last 3 days, but it has bounced back a little today at about $4.50 at noontime. So that's good on the investment side. In terms of the depositors, and you're all deeply concerned, well, that's another story. In fact, let's go to David Sowerby, who we just interviewed here this afternoon, or make that this morning, to talk about what the depositors need to know about this.
Depositors will be just fine. Savers will, I believe, be just fine. The FDIC, the Treasury, and the Federal Reserve Board have stated that on Sunday. For the investor, it's always buyer beware. Know what you own.
So that's the biggest concern, right? A lot of people, because they have 188 branches, 4,500 employees across the state here at Comerica. The concern is, okay, on the immediate level, what does this all mean? Well, let's talk about Moody's Investors Service. They're a big company. There are 3 of them that actually watch the health of companies that sell stock, public companies. So they're looking at Comerica and those other regional banks for what they call long-term ratings and assessments. And what they're saying is that there is a review for a downgrade now on these banks because there's concern about large depositors withdrawing cash. Now, if you've listened to the radio or even watched a TV commercial about banks, they always talk about FDIC. That's the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. And they're the ones that insure your money up to $250,000. So if you come in under that threshold, again, you're going to be just fine. If you're above that threshold, and that's what Moody's is worried about, of having those kinds of deposits withdrawn, then that could cause the company to actually have to go out and sell stuff in order to be able to cover the losses on that. So that's the concern, and that's where things are. But as things stand this noontime, if you're a depositor, you're probably going to be okay. But we're going to take a deeper dive in all of this, and we'll have more on that coming up on Local 4 News at 6. So for now, reporting live downtown, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
Sounds good, Rod, because a lot of people are watching this and are a little concerned. We'll look forward to your report later on today at 5. Well, the next indicator that we are watching is the Consumer Price Index, and that is one of the things that the Fed looks at when raising rates. NBC's Bree Jackson reports now from Washington.
President Biden looked to build back consumer confidence in banking, and he called on Congress and regulators to strengthen banking rules. A sigh of relief following some panic.
I mean, we didn't know, how we were going to make ends meet in the coming weeks.
I had thoughts, but now I don't have any thoughts because it seems like that everything is okay.
The federal government took extraordinary steps to protect customers at 2 failed financial institutions, Silicon Valley Bank and Signature Bank. The Biden administration stressed the move will not come at a cost to taxpayers, unlike the bank bailouts in 2008. The president says tougher restrictions were in place to prevent something like this, but
unfortunately, the last administration rolled back some of these requirements.
Former President Trump, who is running for the White House again, told supporters in Iowa Monday night that the current administration is to blame for inflation and other economic woes.
That's a bad sign. That could be the beginning. We have an economy that's in shambles.
But many experts say Americans should have confidence in the banking system.
I don't think anyone should have concern about the safety of their money in a federally assured institution.
And urged people to remain calm.
The U.S. government has now effectively guaranteed all deposits and said, keep your money where it is. No matter what happens to these banks, we are ensuring the money.
The president wants Congress to take action to prevent future bank failures. And the Consumer Price Index rose 0.4% in February. That's a key factor into whether the Federal Reserve raises interest rates. Rising interest rates played a key role in the recent bank failures, so the Fed will have a lot to discuss at its next meeting on March 22nd. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
All right, the snow is gone. The sun is out. Those cold temperatures, though, are sticking around. Thankfully, though, we have a warm up on the way that will start to make things feel a little bit more like spring. Brandon Rue joins us now with the first look at the forecast. Hey, Brandon.
Some inside baseball information. Just in between stories, you'll find Christy over there.
My hands are cold in here. It's
cold in the studio, and I just think it's permeating right through the walls. It is chilly out there here on this Pi Day. 3/14, something like that. And here we go. Middle March, we should be a lot warmer, almost 20 degrees warmer, but it's middle upper 20s. That northwest wind, insult to injury. So we've got single digits almost for wind chills. Mount Clemens feels like 10. Pontiac 12, feels like 17 degrees right now at the airport. Exact Track 4D, just watching a couple of flakes and flurries coming mainly off of Lake Huron up into parts of Macomb, St. Clair counties, mainly up north. That should be pretty much the end of it. Not going to see a whole lot of warmth, but we are going to see a lot of sunshine on this Tuesday afternoon. We're right around freezing for highs. Should be in the middle 40s. We're going to get to the middle 40s and warmer in the 7-day, Christy, coming up.
Oh, sounds good. We'll see you in just a few minutes. Thanks, Brandon. A hearing for the woman charged in the death of a Michigan State student on New Year's Day has been pushed back. We just learned the driver charged in that deadly hit and run has not been brought back to the district just yet. Benjamin Cable was killed in a crash on Oakland Township on January 1st, and investigators say the accused driver, Tupton Housen, fled to her native Thailand following the crash. This afternoon, she was due in federal court for a detention hearing. A new date has not been set yet. Detroit police are looking for a driver involved in a road rage shooting and crash that led to shots being fired at officers. It happened Monday afternoon when people in two cars were shooting at each other on 7 Mile in Sherwood. One car crashed, and when police approached, someone shot at them. That driver is in the hospital. We do not know if he was shot by police gunfire or gunfire from the road rage incident. Police are looking now for the other driver. If you know anything, please call Crime Stoppers.